First, we're going to start off from some news.
Yes, sir.
With some news from this past week. Firstly, the biggest story in all of sport, probably in all of sports right now.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown getting
Besides
signed.
Khabib.
Besides Khabib.
Khabib
But this is a football show. We don't talk about the UFC.
But you said all of sports.
True. But listen, that just happened
That's
today.
the only reason.
In football, Antonio Brown just got signed.
Antonio. Well, no, he hasn't.
Buccaneers.
They haven't finalized it yet.
They're signing him.
They were
Buccaneers are signing
figuring out a contract, yeah.
So,
which is fucking huge. Imagine that lineup: Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, and fucking Mike Evans. You have it.
Gronk, who's looking good now again.
Yeah, well, 1 week. He had one good week.
Hey,
I
don't doubt
personally am all in favor of this. I think it's better than him going to the Packers because seeing the last couple teams that he's been on, every single time it's been a disaster, and hopefully it's the same this time because the Bucs just destroyed us. I want to see them lose.
But Tom Brady he's a leader.
No, but him and Tom Brady worked when he was in New England.
Yeah, until
the one game he was there,
inside, and then he got.
Oh no, that was Bill Belichick. No, Bill Belichick didn't like his the fact that he had his story come out about like an accusation about sexual assault.
Yeah.
It was nothing with the organization.
Yeah, I think he had some sexual assault allegations come out.
But
I think it was more of that than anything.
Every single time it's been something that happens where he gets kicked out of the organization that he's in. So.
No, that time it was purely they had to do it. They couldn't keep him. The league, I think the league banned him, didn't they? Or is he just no one wanted to sign him because of the sexual assault?
I
don't know. Either way, it was him and Tom Brady worked very well in the one game that he was there.
They do. It is it is scary that a cornerback 3 is going to have to line up against Antonio Brown, or Chris Godwin, or Mike Evans.
No, I think they're going to go against Godwin. I think they'll, at least not the first week, but the second week that he's there. If he proves that he's not like shit, if he proves that he's still half decent, I feel the cornerback 2 will line up against him.
He very much could be just washed because think about it, like Colin Kaepernick used to be. I mean, he had his times, but he used to be pretty good in the league, and now he's old.
He made a Super Bowl,
right?
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick made a Super Bowl.
But the thing with the Colin Kaepernick, he hasn't been in the league for 4 years.
Yeah, well, Antonio Brown hasn't been in the league for a year, so I mean,
for just a year, and he's still working.
But look how old he is. He's 32 years old.
No, look at Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt was kicked out for an entire year. But then look at him. He's now the starting running back.
Look at their age. Wide receivers tend to tip off the edge at around 29, 30, and he's already 32.
Well, look at Josh Gordon, though, when he went to the Seahawks. He wasn't that bad.
Wasn't that bad, but he wasn't a wide receiver, one caliber receiver. So it was still Tyler Lockett.
I think he was.
Like, he wasn't the Josh Gordon that led the league in receiving yards back when he was with the Browns.
Still very good.
But he was still
He also
decent.
had a better quarterback. That was
still decent though.
Yeah. No, there's. I'm saying he could very well be good, but I think, me personally, I just think he's going to lean towards the older receiver.
I think he'll do just as good as. I don't think he'll do as good as he was in, obviously in Pittsburgh, but I think he'll do as good as when he was with Tom Brady.
I think he'll be fine. I think they're gonna find a role for him, and he's just gonna exceed at it.
Yeah, like, who is it? Hopkins is 28, so he's going towards that.
Devontae is getting older.
8. Julio's 31.
Yeah, Julio's getting older.
And he still had a monster game against a beat-up Viking secondary.
Julio's still good, but at this point, you're questioning on the Falcons' receiving core who is actually the better wide receiver. I mean, Calvin Ridley is going off.
I think Julio is definitely the best receiver on their team. Without a doubt.
Julio's the best receiver in the league, in my opinion.
But who gives you more production?
Who's more Julio. Who's the more valuable asset?
You think Julio gives you more production this year?
Well, he was hurt a couple games. You got to remember that.
Okay, but
the games that he's been in, he's done better.
So Julio's been hurt and he's been out, is what you're saying, right? Yet Kelsey's still putting up 100 yards a game, besides when he played against Jair.
And Ridley was injured as well.
But he still is putting up 100 yards a game while Julio is out.
Most of the time when Julio was out, Ridley was also out.
Yeah, but I don't know.
They were out together.
I think Ridley has a case to be.
I think it's for the fact that Julio draws the double team, so Ridley can get the cornerback 3 on him.
That is very true.
What about the Packer game? Jair locked him up. He's our cornerback 1. Julio was out there.
Yeah, Julio was out for most of that game.
out there. He was playing.
Hey, he wasn't out there that much. He was limited
For the
snaps for that
whole
game.
first half. I think
He was limited snaps.
He was there for the first half. Still though.
Well, no, they ran the one play where he caught it on the sidelines. Then they took him out right after that.
But he had a couple plays in there, and I don't think
Yeah.
Jair was on him.
Well, no, it's because he's I don't think they were going to target him that game. I think they were testing to see. Ridley doesn't. I don't think Ridley has the ability to be a wide receiver 1.
Really?
I think he
I feel like he can be
I
too.
think he can be, but I don't think he will. I don't think he'll ever be.
He could be a wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
But if you put anyone on the right team, he could be a wide receiver 1.
Okay, think about this. When Julio was hurt, Ridley pretty much became the wide receiver 1. You see his
Right.
Yeah, but I don't think he was drawing a double team, was he?
If Julio was off the field and he was on, he definitely drew double teams.
Yes, for sure.
100%.
Hey, I don't know. I don't watch the Falcons. Falcons are dog shit.
I know. That's
so.
why I'm trying to argue with you on this, because I know you don't
All right.
watch those games.